Hi.
Hey, you want to go in my office?
Yeah.
Why, Foo? Why'd you just, you just ran up and started doing that? Let's go to the store. Hey, Spider-Man.
Hello, how are you?
You're
Doing good.
amazing.
All right. Take a seat.
You don't have like a desk? Or you just never mind.
I do, but it's more formal.
The AC is very, or the DC is very casual, you know. At least.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Commissioner uses the office a lot.
What's up?
Okay. So, I do have a list and I apologize in advance.
Oh.
But, Knox, I think you're one of the more reasonable officers to talk to, and I don't think you want the police department to be in a fucking shambles. So I thought I'd come to you.
I'm very sorry.
Okay.
No, you are good.
That might happen.
That is fine. Okay. So one of these things will actually be a formal complaint. I will just like start by saying that now.
Formal. Okay. Get your notepad out. AC.
Do you want me to save that one for last or just knock that one out first?
Whatever order you'd like to go in.
Okay. Okay, my first issue is the taking of backpacks in active situations instead of just taking like things like weapons and stuff like that. I need your take on that because I have
weapons.
No, of taking backpacks containing legal items to. Okay, I'm just gonna.
them?
Yes, and forcing people to come down that have warrants to get them where technically they shouldn't have even been taken in the first place on scene.
Wait.
Someone
You're saying,
had
like, on scene.
on
So like someone was
scene.
in custody, they got like a backpack taken off of them, and then when they got
Yes.
picked up, or
They
no, I
were-
mean,
Yeah, it was
you're
like
seizing their
things like
stuff on scene. It's kind of
yes, it is. It has happened before a very long time ago, and it started to happen again. I've like pushed up a little bit of a stink in the past about this sort of stuff, and it's happening again. It was a backpack full of like plushies and sentimental stuff that was taken, along with things like first aid, armor plates, like stuff that isn't a threat to officers. Like, don't get me wrong, I can understand weapons. That makes complete sense. But legal items are being taken.
Are you saying like so? Do you know if it's being done maliciously? Because the only way for us to search someone's backpack is to take it and put it on ourselves. To search it.
That's actually not true.
What?
Really?
Okay, this will be a lesson for you. If you go to, look through someone's pockets and you see where their backpack is, if you drag their backpack up and then put it back down, you can see inside the backpack without actually putting it on yourself.
Interesting.
Oh wait, I don't have a backpack. I was gonna say you're welcome to.
I just
like,
did it to Foo. I just did it. To
Do you
him.
see?
Hey, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So that's not even supposed to be a thing, but I guess.
I feel like, yeah. I mean, I get it that you can do that, but also, I mean,
we're supposed
us rolling that out to the
take
whole
our
PD would be
backpacks.
impossible.
Yeah.
And if you're getting your stuff seized when you're being detained until because it'll get handed back. It's the same thing as taking your phone and radio. I don't really think it's that bad. I mean, like, in theory, it's like the shortest window between getting searched on scene and then getting picked up,
I mean, maybe it's just the practice that I'm used to, but weapons and stuff are taken on scene, and then everything else is seized in the cells, where you would then, put it in a bag or a box or whatever makes more sense. It's just...
And we have to take it on scene. Like, we can't let people go. Like, you search people before you put them in the car, usually.
It's fascinating.
I don't know. I guess I've asked a few officers, and they also think that taking, things in active situations is not how it should be. But okay, interesting.
I mean, if we could yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying, but also I can't tell people not to take backpacks before you put them in a car. Because if we take weapons, like if somebody's shot or something, we take their weapons before they even get medical.
Yeah, like I said, weapons make sense because on the off chance that they do get out, then they could come back and you know, you guys are at threat then. It makes sense to take things like that. But like I said,
right, but we also take their
backpacks
phone
are-
and radio. So like if we were to take your phone and radio and then you get picked up, like some people just take batteries, which is like what I do. But in our SOPs, you're allowed to take phone and radio. I think I do see what you're saying though, but I mean, at a point, it's like if there was a better way to search someone's bag while it's still on them, like, you know what I mean? Just, like, open it.
I think I think you should be able to see what's inside someone's backpack without messing with it at all.
I agree. I mean, I agree.
I don't know why
how it used to
we
be.
still can't do that. Like, even if it's just, you know, below everything else. Like, it should be like that.
The justification that was told to me by IT is that, you know, we should be taking the backpack off of them to look at it. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I feel like it makes sense if they're in the cells, but backpacks of things like plushies are being taken. And then on the off chance they do, you know, escape, you're forcing them to come down and get it and then instantly going for arrest. Like, people
Right. No,
aren't.
I get you, but
I mean, I get that as well, but at the same time, you do have a warrant, so you either have to just cut your loss or get your bag.
That I will say, someone didn't have a warrant at the time. It was written up later.
So it was like they'd like use the bag to get them to come for that scene.
Yes, he didn't have a warrant at the time, and then they wrote it up after and continued to chase him throughout the day.
Okay, so what I can do is say, like, once you search someone's bag, put it back on them, because that's what I do. I don't, because I'll be honest, I don't take people's phone and radio because I am the type to forget and keep it and then send them and then have to go find them. I'll be honest. I've been doing it a while, so like if I'm still forgetting, everybody's forgetting, you know. So I can tell them that when you search a backpack, put it back on them and take the illegal stuff out of it, because that's what I do. But
yeah, I mean,
the off chance that while they're going through the bag, they get picked up, that's kind of like that's not my fault.
Yeah, I just anything, because it's not the first time it's happened, and I've talked to Piper in the past about it, and even she said that it shouldn't have happened. So I'm just bringing it up that it is once again happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I can do.
So something happened yesterday. There was an incident. I was called in for a cell rep with Rick, and 8 officers, and not a single one got a plate read on a car, and it was a local car. It was a white and green Zentorno. You know, they're used a lot. They're very quick. They ended up arresting someone just because they were driving a white and green Zentorno. No plate read, no identification of the person driving that they were initially chasing. And when I called out that they didn't get a plate read, I got called dumb and an idiot because I called out the cops weren't doing their jobs. So that, I think, is an issue as well, because what's the point of us coming down and even trying to represent if we're just going to be abused like that?
Wait, what do you mean you got abused?
Yeah, I got called dumb and an idiot because I said that out of 8 officers, not a single one managed to get a plate read and was trying to fight for a client that was being arrested.
Who called you dumb and an idiot?
Croc.
Sometimes I will be. I mean,
I don't want to hear it's a Croc thing, because if Croc's gonna
that's not
start,
what I was gonna say. That's not
Okay.
all what I was gonna say.
none of us were gonna. Nobody.
I was gonna say that sometimes I get heated, but I don't think I call it. Sometimes I'll call a 95 stupid. But
Yeah.
I won't call a lawyer stupid.
I'm firmly against the whole "it's this person, it's that group" thing. So you'll never hear that from me.
yeah, I actually
What is this guy doing out here?
had a conversation with another officer after and asked her what's her opinion on if she were to do things the Croc does and be punished for it when he doesn't, and she said, I'm not going to answer that. I like my job. So it's...
Who was that?
I don't know if I want to say that because I don't know how you're gonna react
So you
to
asked her? No. Wait. So you asked her like
how she
if
feels.
she would say that, or
Yeah.
like she basically said like it's a Croc can do it, I can't.
I asked her how it feels that if Croc does something and it's sort of like, oh, it's a Croc thing, but if she were to do it, she'd be punished for it. And she said, I don't want to answer that. I like my job.
Ah.
All right, I'm not gonna ask who it was, but there's definitely not preferential treatment. So I don't know why there's alluding to that. I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
But okay, so all right, I'll handle that. AC, you can handle that.
Yeah.
That is part of my complaint, which then follows along with another part. So I came down late. I was searched by Lisp at the door. I consented to it. I turned around. She pat me down. She checked for anything. I was then in interrogation, and Croc walked in, and he asked if I was searched. I said yes. He said, I'm going to search you. Instantly started to go through my pockets.
If he searched you before you consented to it, that's a huge problem.
Yep. He then not only searched my pockets, he grabbed my tablet, went through my tablet. Now, I'm a real estate agent. I take bids on properties that are confidential, and he's grabbed my tablet and is looking through it. He's violating not only my rights, but also any clients of bids that I've taken of the day.
Okay. And you're saying he 100% said, I'm going to search you, and then just searched you and you didn't get the chance to say no?
Yep. I did not have the chance to say no.
What do you mean he went through your tablet? Like he unlocked your tablet and started going through it? Or like
Yep,
he just checked if you had anything plugged into it?
No, he was going, well, I mean, it's a tablet. You can't just like plug things in. You have to insert things into the tablet. You can't just do that without grabbing someone's tablet.
Yeah.
Like it's
But like
not,
I'm saying, like, do you think he was like checking your tablet to see if you had anything plugged into it? Or like
I don't think that makes excuse either way.
I'm not saying it does. I'm just trying to find out what happened.
Well, I don't know. All I know is he's grabbed my
Okay,
tablet
we'll
and
ask him.
started to dig through it without my consent and violating, like I said, not only my rights, but any clients of bids that I've taken that day.
All right.
It's like grabbing my phone and starting to go through it, you know?
I completely understand.
So that's my complaint, my formal complaint is that. The way
Who did
that
this one?
that was Croc.
Frog as well. Okay.
I would honestly. Yeah. Okay.
Also heard he got promoted yesterday too, so that was really nice to see that someone in a power position is doing that. Okay. I have a question in regards to a charge that was recently introduced.
Sure.
What? Wait. Yeah.
Charge.
Charge. Sure.
So the charge on the gun modifications, are you aware of that charge?
Is it one of the ones that just passed?
Yes, it was.
I have not familiarized myself with those. Possession of illegal weapon modification equipment.
Yes, exactly. So to me, when I think of a weapon modification, I'm thinking of things like a suppressor, extended mag, a laser, things like that. Are we on the same page with that?
Well, continue with what you're saying, and then we'll have to.
Because like to us, it's like not really like gray. It's like however it's defined. So it'd be a performance modification attachment.
Okay.
So
My understanding of guns is that they have core parts, so the upper and the lower part of the gun, and then they have modifications. Someone pushed the charge of gun modification on someone carrying a upper part of a gun,
ooh.
which I don't agree with.
Oh, it was just a part of the weapon.
Yes, it was a part of a
I wouldn't
weapon.
consider that a modification.
Yes.
I would like to see what a judge would say, but
Yeah, I know that. Trust me, we would have
who
trialed.
did it?
It was Hank Castle, and the suspect was Mateo Perez.
I mean, the burden's
Did he
pretty
plead
clear.
guilty?
No.
The burden's pretty clear. It says firearm with performance modification.
That's what I said, and I actually tried to fight that, and then he said the and or bit. But even still, it's not a modification, it's a core part of a gun. He started to say that because if you put this and this together, it's going to make a scratched pistol, which I think is a bit of a reach, because the scratching of a pistol would come after it is made, not,
Well, it wouldn't be scratched. It just wouldn't have a serial number.
Yeah. So that's my issue there, is that cops are going to start pushing that charge on people that are caught with core parts of guns. I think...
Have them plead not guilty every time. I wish that we had judges, because that would have been a good cell trial, but...
Yeah. I mean, there's, yeah, I wish we had judges too. There's a lot of things.
When you said it's not a modification, what did he say?
He said it was, and he tried to say that when you put this and this together, you're going to get a scratch gun, and he's done all the research and knows the process, and he was never going to budge from that. Like, there are some fights that we know that no matter how much we try and fight it, they won't budge, and that was one that he was willing to die on that hill.
Yeah, the and or part does make tricky, DC.
But
wait, what do you mean?
But putting like a upper or a lower in the same category of a suppressor or an extended mag just is wild. I don't know if it's something that you guys are able to look into, but potentially another charge where it's like possession of gun parts that is lesser, I think would be more fitting.
But why would that even be illegal?
It shouldn't be, but this is brought in for this reason, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, like, at the end of the day, like...
It's not a gun, at the end of the day, it is not a gun.
Yeah, I mean, like, you never know.
Because
from my knowledge, what I was told is that you also need a trigger, which is like the actual mechanism of the gun, right? So
it's just not that specific on the burden. It just
yes.
Yeah, but it says the burden, but like the way that I read it is if you were in possession of a modification. So either a gun with a modification. So if you had a pistol with like a sight or a suppressor, then you'd get charged. Mm-hmm. Or if you just have the sight or just have the suppressor, you'd get charged.
Yeah.
I don't think firearm modification equipment. It's not modifying a firearm.
No, it's a core part of it.
A firearm if it was being used to build it.
Yeah. See that? Well, it started off with you saying this is how I read it. I feel this is too open to an interpretation.
Yeah, but without the DOJ, it's kind of like we have.
Yeah.
For now, we have to try and like stop that shit.
I agree.
Also reminds me, if you see Zolo or who were all those people that got the attempted murder charges? I told Zolo I would do if he took
Zolo,
a plea.
Curtis,
I would give
and
him.
Zakid.
I told him if he took a plea, I'd drop them all to assault on a government employee.
Okay.
Because that charge got added, so I feel like that's more fair of a charge. So
I know that Curtis will be out of town for a little bit, so that one
would have been the right time to do it.
Yeah. Zakid, I'll let him know as well.
Zolo said he would do it. He just, obviously he just doesn't want to do it. But
yeah.
If he doesn't do it by the time there's judges, it's going to be the murder charge.
Okay. What else do I have? Oh, okay. I need your opinion on officers posting, I guess the better way to describe would be victory posts on L when they apprehend suspects.
What, like a chicken dinner?
Like, I just caught this guy, let's shame him publicly all over L.
Yeah, taunting is strictly forbidden. It shouldn't be happening.
If it's taunting, that's stupid. If it's for like public safety, so for example, we had a manhunt for a murderer and we found him, and then they posted like, "Hey, just so you guys know, we found him. We got, ladies and gentlemen, we got him," type thing.
Mm-hmm. It was.
But if that's not if it was taunting, do you have a picture of it?
I don't know, but it was.
Because if it's for public safety, then I don't have a problem with it. If
Yeah.
it's for like the purpose of like taunting, that's different.
The way that Croc wrote it, I can tell you that it was taunting. But I didn't get a picture. But if it does happen again. He also was going after someone else. I think Billy something. And I think his was just from like fleeing. And he was posting over L as well. It wasn't even a big thing. It wasn't an attempted cop killer. It's just saying he's doing it with everyone that he's gunning for, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind like arrest records being public, like when someone's in jail. You know, what I mean, like you can.
Well,
I don't know, maybe an app that says like in
Yeah.
jail, just for like public. Like if your friend is in jail, you know, and you don't know where he is, you can check the app, see if he's in the prison. Almost like a prison. You know how you can go up there and see who's in jail, almost like that, but on your phone, so you don't have to go up.
Yeah, we used to, before I moved here, we had newspapers that we could go and look at the newspapers and it would say all the latest arrests in there.
Yeah, something like that on your phone would be cool.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Okay, I guess this one's kind of like a little funny to talk about. The way that people are being identified these days versus a few weeks ago.
Okay, so are you talking about for the purpose of a warrant, or are you talking about just like, because I've heard cops be like, oh yeah, it sounds like this person, and it like heavily implies it.
Yeah,
which is
sounds
not okay,
like.
but also it's not legally like binding. You know, like if you wrote in a warrant, like yeah, it sounds like this person, it would never stick.
Sounds like they have a certain hair color.
Well, if they have, I mean, hair color's hair color.
Hair color, I think, is a bit of a stretch as well, given
definitely a stretch. It wouldn't hold up in a warrant.
Well, that's what cops are using to identify people. Hair color.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, white hair, or I guess let's use Katie for example. Katie has pink hair, and she was chased because and identified because of her pink hair.
Was she like stopped and questioned? And then she fled, or did she just flee? Like, if I see someone with pink hair, I'm probably not going to stop them. But also, if it's like same hairstyle and stuff, like if you walked out of here right now, right, and then I got like there was a warrant posted for you, and you were wearing the same thing with a mask, and I saw you, I'd probably pull you over and question you.
Okay, well, even if you change, people are still saying, "Oh, well, you have this hair color, so it counts." It's become a lot less.
It's happening like every time.
Yes, it is happening a lot more ever since the DOJ sort of fell apart because there's no way to fight it. Like I think I said, you guys are doing great with the awareness that there's no DOJ, so not taking DNA and stuff like that. But cops are also pushing like so much more with the understanding that we can't fight it because there's no DOJ.
Well, it's not that you can't fight it. It's just going to take like a little time.
yeah. And the backlog of 20 million trials that we're going to have to go through.
It's not 20 million. It's like 20.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are going to get settled out of court because there's no DOJ. So like we might take more like deals. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing with Zolo, right? Like those are court charges, but I'm going to offer them to just take a plea deal for a lower charge so that it doesn't have to go to court to back up the court. But also like there's stuff that there's appeals for not guilties that like we're looking at that we could maybe win in court, but we're just going to take the settlement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And pay out. So
I guess it's more.
We're like super conscious of the DOJ stuff. It does get weaponized against us because a lot of people are like, well, I can't even fight that because, no DOJ or whatever, which is like kind of shit on our part because like it's not our fault.
Yeah.
Not that anybody's to blame for it, but like.
Trust me, it's being used against us as well. I remember I said to you when all this stuff happened with the attempted murder charges, and I said that cadets are like, this isn't a cell trial. I don't need to listen to your arguments. The following day, another cadet said, this isn't a courthouse. I don't see a judge. And then we have officers that are saying, I didn't make you call a lawyer when someone says that they've been standing down here for an hour. Like it's being used
That's
against.
Fucking stupid. You gotta just give me names.
So one of the cadets, I don't know her name. I think she said she used to be like a DA or something like that. She has long red hair. She was around like more later NA.
Who is she with?
I know that it was Anderson. I know Hank was down there. I can't remember all the officers that were down there at the time, but there was like quite a few, and it's the fact that cadets are getting away with this sort of stuff it's not a good look, and it makes me worried about when they get out of their cadet phase.
I agree.
Yeah. So that was another
Yeah,
thing.
so when you get a cadet that's like that, find the cadet and the FTO.
Okay. And then yeah, like I said, with officers being like, I didn't make you call a lawyer as well. Like we're just trying to help out people as well. We don't want to be down there longer than we have to, but at the same time, it's very difficult to fight some charges when, like I said, their officers will just die on that hill.
You can always ask for a superior officer or somebody else that may be able to assist.
I would have loved to have done that yesterday until I found out that Croc was a corporal, and I went, okay, all right. But yeah, so that's my list of things at the moment. I can't promise that I won't come up with more as I keep getting called down here. I guess I don't really
no problem.
I didn't notice how it was until I started to work, in this side of things too. And I hear more and more things that are going on and see it firsthand.
Yeah, I mean, I'll bring up the IDing stuff at shift change. The backpack thing I'll bring up as well, that if you search it, just put it back when you're done searching it, taking everything illegal.
Okay. Do you need anything else from me in regards to the Croc stuff?
You can try and get a picture if somebody has a picture of it. The tweet, but if it's like taunting, then yeah. If it's not taunting and it's like more just like for public awareness, I don't really think it's that bad. But
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the circumstances. The thing about him searching you, if you want to write a statement about that, that'd be good, and just text it to me.
Okay, I got you.
And then when I see him, I'll bring it up.
All right, thank you. I will get on that right now.
Yes, thank you for your time.
Okay. Oh, it's locked.
Sorry.
Who's wearing the suit now? Hey,
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Ah, looking very good. Looking very good. Yeah. Oh, there's my. Hold on, let me go talk to him.
Have a good one.
Commander Fu just dance?
Yeah, he's been doing that.
But it's okay.
Is he happy today?
I'm getting healthy.
Oh, hey, you don't just walk past me without saying hi, girl.
Hi, Tom Tom. I'm sorry. I'm in a mood today.
Yeah, but that's why Tom Tom's here. Make you feel good.
Yeah, can't be a lawyer because there's no one to pass my bar exam for me.
Oh, that's odd.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if you ever need to come down and see the cells, you come talk to Tom Tom. I'll help you if you need.
Thanks, Tom Tom. If you ever get any cell reps, give me a call and I'll come tag along.
Yeah, I just did Peanut.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He got arrested.
And
What did he do?
Patal's like got really bad fines, to be honest, but